Okay, what is going on, good people? This is your boy Juggernaut097, and welcome back to another edition of the Juggernaut Show. So today we're here to review WWE Night of Champions for 2023. So, Night of Champions yesterday was held from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So they have one of these another Saudi show. Um, And before we get started with before we get started with this review, if you guys are joining me, feel free to go down in the live chat below. Tell me what you thought of this pay per view or PLE, whatever you want to call it. Give me your thoughts on what you thought of the show. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also share the video. So you get my channel notice out there more. But yeah, now that I've got all my plugs out the way, let's go ahead and tell my full thoughts or tell my overall thoughts on this show. So, overall, I thought Night of Champions was it was a solid pay per view. You had some really good matches on here. Um, the crowd was like really into the whole show. Like, I feel like these international shows have been really good as of late. Like the one in Backlash in Puerto Rico was really good or earlier this month. And then Night of Champions was good here, in Saudi Arabia. I feel like WWE, they just need to put all their like PLEs and international go international for all their PLEs. But yeah, like I said, I thought this was a very enjoyable show, nonetheless. I mean, you had a great world title match. You had the main event was really good. They were calling this like a triple main event for the show, which there's only one main event. There's not three other main events. There's only one main event on a show. So I don't like when WWE says, "Oh, we got a double main event, we got a triple main event, we got a quadruple main event." I just don't like when they say that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this review. So the first match that kicked off the night was for the new World Heavyweight Championship. This was the finals of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. We had Seth freaking Rollins going up against AJ Styles. So, you had Seth Rollins competing from the Raw side. He won that triple threat. And then he faced against, who was it? It was against Finn Balor at the main event, on a Monday Night Raw to become number one contender. And then AJ Styles won his triple threat, and then he won in the main event on SmackDown. Which, like I said, I don't like how we had a Raw superstar going up against a SmackDown superstar if this is just a Raw title belt. But like I said, in the past videos, this whole draft is really fucked up. Like it really is. Like they don't follow through with their plans. Seth winning was the right move. Yeah, we'll get into that here in a minute. Yeah, so overall, I thought this was a very solid match here. I really enjoyed it. Very solid wrestling match between both guys. AJ Styles, after coming back from his ankle injury and stuff, he looks like he's in very good condition. This was a very well wrestled match. AJ Styles was doing a lot of strikes, really really good strikes in this match. Seth Rollins was being more the high flying person. There's a point like I wanted. I didn't care who won this match. There's a point like where like I kind of want AJ Styles to win because I feel like he's kind of getting towards the tail end of his career because like was like 47 years old, 46, something like that. I feel like he doesn't have maybe much left in him, for like a title reign. So I'd love to see AJ Styles eventually win their title belt, win their World Heavyweight Championship. And these two competed against each other at Money in Bank 2019, but that was for the Universal Championship, which that was a great match there as well. But you had some really nice moves in this match. I mean, there was one point where AJ Styles, who's getting ready to go for a phenomenal forearm, but Seth Rollins blocked it and like threw him off the apron. And then Seth Rollins, he went for a tope suicida, and when Seth Rollins did the suicide dive, he kind of like tweaked his leg during that. So AJ Styles, he focused on working on Seth Rollins' leg, put him in the calf crusher. So Seth Rollins, I like how he was selling his leg during the match. That was really nice. And it was just a really nice, solid wrestling match. I mean, it didn't exceed my expectations. I thought it was going to be a solid match here. There was one point where Seth Rollins, he did a stomp on the hands to AJ Styles. I thought that was interesting. You even saw AJ Styles hit a pedigree in the match. It took Seth Rollins' finisher. A lot of nice near falls in the match. And then you even saw Seth Rollins hit a pedigree, and then like he kind of went back to his hurt leg, like his hurt knee and stuff. Selling that injury more. But Seth Rollins did end up winning by hitting his curb stop, having to overcome his injury and stuff. So he ended up becoming the crowning of the new world champion. So I really enjoyed it. Really solid match, like I said, between both guys. And both these guys, they said that, they were going to be the workhorse champion. So it seems like that, Roman Reigns, he's going to be more of a, he's going to be more of a part timer now, even more now, since them bringing back a world championship. I don't know. I like it. At the same time, I don't like him bringing a new world title in, because Roman still he's carrying around 2 titles still. But yeah, I mean that's for another video in itself to do. But yeah, like I said, this was definitely a good opener. I wish this would have been the main event, because it would have made people care about it a little bit more if they would have made this the main event. Because to try and make this world title, make it mean something. And if they made this the main event, I feel like this could have made a big point. Like, okay, yeah, this title actually means something. We actually care about this title. But we'll see what happens here with this title belt. And then the next match we had Becky Lynch going up against Trish Stratus. And of course, here in Saudi Arabia, both women had to be covered up in this match because, like head to toes basically, because of the rules that they have over there with like women. They can't show any skin over there. So, that's kind of a downside to this match here. Or to all the women's matches, to be honest with you. It's like I don't feel like they get fully like in their like zone and stuff, like when they're not wearing their like normal attires, just in my opinion. But I thought this was an okay match. I mean, Trish Stratus, she had an advantage a lot throughout a lot of this match here. And I gotta give Trish Stratus, her props. Like back in the Ruthless Aggression era, she really was a person who like transcended women's wrestling at that point. Not that she was like a great wrestler in the ring, because like she's nowhere near like a Becky Lynch, a Charlotte, or a Sasha Banks. She's nowhere near that. But like she was so much better than those women during like the Diva Search era and stuff. Like she really transcended women during that point. So I gotta give Trish her props there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, but she was nowhere like a ring technician like Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. And we got Chris Wrestling Views in the chat. What's going on, Chris? It's been a long time, man. It's good to see you around still. But yeah, Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch. Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I didn't expect it to be like anything great. And like towards the end, Trish Stratus, she was looking for something under the ring, and then Becky Lynch threw Trish Stratus back in the ring, and then Zoe Starks came out, which I was not expecting Zoe Starks to help out Trish Stratus here, but yeah, she came out from under the ring, and she hit her finishing move, the Z360. She hit that finishing move on Becky Lynch, and then threw Becky Lynch back in the ring, and Trish Stratus hit the Stratus faction for the 1, 2, 3. So the winner of the match was Trish Stratus. Hey, I'm all here for it. I'm all here for Trish Stratus to be working with, or Zoe Starks to be working with Trish Stratus. I'm all here for that. And it seems like we might be getting maybe Becky Lynch and Zoe Starks, maybe like at Money to Bank. Maybe seeing something like that. In order to get back to Trish Stratus, maybe at like SummerSlam, because I feel like this rivalry is far from over with Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. And also, it seems like people were, these fans were really behind Trish Stratus here, because like I don't think Trish Stratus really hasn't done anything to make me like boo her, or like hasn't got really much heel heat on her. And she hasn't worked as a heel for a while, and like I think it's the same way for Bryan Danielson, in AEW with him turning heel. It's like it takes a while to turn it back on, to be a prick again. And that this is the situation that Trish Stratus is in right now, like where she really hasn't done anything to put much heat on her. And that's where I feel like this rivalry has been like kind of they kind of missed the boat a little bit, getting heat on Trish. But I mean, it was an okay match for what it was. Nothing crazy. Didn't exceed my expectations. And then we got the Flex Zone podcast in the chat. What is going on, my guys? I don't know if it's Byron or if it's Raj in the chat. But hey, nice to see you guys here. Also, definitely go check out the Flex Zone podcast. We'll be doing a live stream for Double or Nothing tonight, so stay tuned for that. And then the next match we had was the Intercontinental Championship match. We had Gunther defending the title against Mustafa Ali. Yeah, I thought this was a good match, better match than what I expected it to be. Yeah, this was a better match than what I expected it to be, and like I understand why they picked Mustafa Ali here, because like he's a hometown boy here. Like he's has the ties to like Saudi Arabia and stuff. He's kind of like Saudi Arabian or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it was a good match here. I mean, but there's no way in hell that Mustafa Ali was gonna win. Like this was a gimme match here. I love the chops and like the strikes that Gunther was doing in this match. I mean, turning Mustafa Ali's chest red, and their fans were definitely really behind Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali hit some pretty big moves in the match. He hit a nice power bomb, and then the crowd really got into it. And then he hit a 450 splash. And like got really close near fall in the match. So I thought that was good. But ultimately, I mean, Gunther will retain by hitting this, his nice drop kick. And then hitting the power bomb to retain the IC title. A good match. I really enjoyed it. Like, I just wonder where Gunther is going to go after this. Like, because he's had an historic title reign, in this like modern era. He's had a really historic title reign. I'm not sure who he's about to pass up, like how long he's held the title for, but like he's passed a lot of great IC champions, which I mean, yeah, and his reign's gonna keep continuing. I really don't know who's gonna beat him at this point. I really don't, but it was really a fun match. And then the next match we had was the Raw Women's Championship. On the line, we had two SmackDown superstars, Bianca Belair holding the Raw Women's Championship, and Asuka, a SmackDown superstar as well. I still don't understand like why they haven't switched the titles yet. Well, I mean, I actually do understand why, because like the fans have been saying, oh, they don't want to see a title swap, and they haven't done a title swap yet. So that maybe they don't, they don't care about doing a title swap now. I don't know. But yeah, I thought this match was good. I mean, so we had a WrestleMania rematch here. I don't think this definitely wasn't better than the WrestleMania match, and I was kind of shocked that Asuka ended up winning here, and this was like more of a heel like driven match here, like with Asuka, really, kind of cheating her way, to win and stuff. She was really working on, pulling on the ponytail of like Bianca Belair during the match. Really working on the arm, kind of, cheating and stuff. There was one point where Asuka she tried going for the mist again, but she missed with the mist. And Bianca, she got pissed. She, ended up hitting like the KOD, but Bianca kicked out. I mean, yeah, Bianca kicked out. No, sorry, Asuka kicked out of the KOD. Yeah, so she ended up hitting the KOD, but Asuka kicked out. And then Asuka, she ended up spitting some mist in like her like glove. And like so she put it in her hand, and then Asuka, I mean not Asuka, it was Bella was going for the KOD again. And Asuka ended up putting like the mist, like in rubbing the mist in the face of Asuka. I mean, in Belair, and then that led to Asuka hitting the kick onto Bianca. So Asuka became the new Raw Women's Champion. So, like I said, I thought it was very interesting that she lost the title here. And also, I feel like Bianca, she was getting some more boos here as well. Like these international shows, she like Puerto Rico, she got booed quite a bit. Here, she's getting booed. And then I remember it was at Elimination Chamber where when they were in Saudi, she got booed as well. Like when she like eliminated, I think it was Alexa Bliss in that match. Like she got booed quite a bit. So I feel like these international shows, she's getting booed a lot. Like rather than being she doesn't get booed as much in the states, but like these international places that they keep going, she's just not a favorite over there. I don't understand why. Um, but yeah, Asuka ended up becoming the new champion, and like I said, it feels like Bianca has held this title for a very, very long time. I mean, she did win it at was it WrestleMania last year? No, no, she won it back at SummerSlam last year, I believe. Someone put down in the comments when Bianca won the title. Was it WrestleMania? Or because I remember she lost it for a little while. But yeah, someone put down in the comments where exactly, or the live chat where she won the title again. But yeah, she's held the title for she had the title for quite a while. Maybe it was SummerSlam. No, it was one of those pay per views. It was either WrestleMania or SummerSlam. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next match, which we had was another women's match. We had Rhea Ripley defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Natalya. Um, yeah, I didn't really want to see another women's championship match after we just saw one before this. I didn't really care for seeing this match here. Um, this was fairly, a quick match, pretty quick squash match here, basically. Dominic was like talking trash to um, Natalya on the apron, and then apparently, like Natalya, she got hurt a little bit in this match, like hurting her knee a little bit in this match, and basically, this became a pretty quick squash where Rhea Ripley hit the Riptide 1, 2, 3, still the SmackDown Women's Champion. Rhea Ripley, I thought that this was how the match went. Um, I didn't expect Natalya to put up a very big fight in this match. I'm okay with it. I really am okay with Natalya getting squashed here. So we're going to move on to the next match because I don't really care about talking about this anymore because there's not really much to talk about this match. And then the next match we had was one of our other main events. We had Cody Rhodes going up against Brock Lesnar. So this is them continuing their feud. So from Backlash where Cody Rhodes, he won in that cheap way. kind of basically rolling up Brock Lesnar. And then now we, tying the factor now, we got Cody Rhodes with like a broken arm, and now he has on a cast, like it's a titanium cast. Um, yeah, I gotta say this match was a little bit more satisfying. Like the ending was like more satisfying than the Backlash ending, but I just enjoyed their Backlash match a little bit more. I don't know. I just feel like the ending had a little bit from here at Night Champions had a little bit more drama. It was more satisfying than rather than having that cheap pin that Cody Rhodes did. But this was a typical Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar match. I mean, Brock Lesnar hit, quite a bit of F5s. You had Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes was using his that cast as a weapon during the match. So that was pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of that match that they had at No Mercy with Brock Lesnar and Undertaker in that Hell in a Cell match, but except we didn't have the cell here, and Brock didn't rip off that cast during the match. But it's kind of that same situation here. Cody Rhodes, he was really had that relentless fight within him throughout the match. It seems like he did that. There was one point where he was just getting beat up a lot throughout the match. Getting suplexed a lot. And they finally figured out that he can use his cast as a weapon. So he did some he did like a tope through the ropes, using his arm and like jumping off the announce table in like a double axe handle, So he was hitting some nice moves. And Chris Russell View says, I've noticed that the past few times Brock Lesnar doesn't have stamina. Yeah, I noticed that a little bit. I mean, Brock Lesnar, he's getting older and stuff, so he's, doesn't move as quickly as he used to. So I mean, that could be a case. And he sweats a lot also. Unless he really sweats in his matches. But like it came down to the end where Brock Lesnar he hit an F5 on Cody Rhodes, and then he ended up like locking in the Kimura, which he kept that Kimura locked in, and Cody Rhodes he didn't end up tapping out, but he ended up passing out to the Kimura. So, he was in that Kimura for quite a while, and like I said, ended up passing out. So Brock Lesnar ended up winning the match here. So now the feud is like tied up, so it's 1-1 apiece. So maybe they go back to this match at like not night champions. Maybe they go back to this match at. They probably won't do this match at Money Bank, but maybe they go revisit this match at SummerSlam. And that's what Kicking It with Leo has been saying. This match is probably going to be happening at SummerSlam. Which, to be honest, I am tired of this feud. Like, I hope this was the last match that they have, but it probably isn't. Because it's a probably big money draw at SummerSlam. But you don't want a person to lose this feud. So, no, I don't know what they're going to do with this situation here, but I don't want to see this match anymore because it's the same thing all the time between both of these guys. It's really nothing new. I mean, it was cool at Backlash, but like here, I mean, it was a satisfying ending here, but the match but like I said, Backlash was just I enjoyed it a little bit more, but I didn't enjoy the ending at Backlash, but the ending here was good. And then the next match we had was the main event of the evening. We had the undisputed tag team titles on the line. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were defending the titles against Solo Sikoa and the undisputed Universal WWE Champion Roman Reigns. Yeah, I felt like it took forever for this match to get started here. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but like with the video package, with the entrances, I felt like this match took like 20 minutes to get started. And like with the whole like time, like with the crowd, like being so into it, them reacting and stuff, it took forever for them to get locked up. I feel like it took forever. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but yeah, I mean, this was a This was a fun match. I really enjoyed this main event here. I don't think this should have been the main event, but after seeing what went down, at the end, I see why they made this the main event. And Chris Russell said, "Yeah, it did take forever. Yeah, I don't know why. It feels like in all of Roman Reigns matches, it takes forever for his matches to get started." Um, but yeah, I mean, this match was kind of slow right at the beginning. I'll say the match like really picked up is like when they had that big ref bump where Roman Reigns speared the referee, and then Sami Zayn, he was hitting some of Roman Reigns' moves. He hit the Superman punch on Roman Reigns, and then he attempted to do the spear, but Solo came in. Was it Solo who came in? Yeah, Solo came in. Hit like a super kick on Sami Zayn. I tell you what, Kevin Owens, he hit a really nice spear on Roman Reigns in the match. I thought that was cool. But I don't know. Solo really isn't doing it for me right now. I don't know why. I mean, he seems like a mix between like Samoa Joe and like Umaga a little bit. I feel like that's the type of character he's like playing off right now. But like I said, the match really got going when the ref bump happened, and when the Usos came out in the match, they were hitting super kicks on Sami Zayn, and then Sami Zayn ended up moving out of the way, and then Solo Sikoa, he got super kicked. And then that's where everything broke down, where Roman Reigns, he was pissed. He goes like, basically, talking smack to Jey Uso, saying, "Why you out here? I didn't tell you guys to come out here." He goes like, he says, "Get out my ring," and like Roman Reigns pie faces Jey Uso, and then Reigns ends up getting a super kick from Jimmy Uso. And then Jey Uso, like his facial reactions, he was like, "Oh no!" He was like, "What'd you do?" He was like, "Why'd you do that?" And then like hearing the conversation between Jay and Jimmy was like awesome. He's like, Jimmy was like, "I should have." He says, "I'm doing what we should have did a long time ago." And this is like coming like full circle. With how it was like Night of Champion. No, it wasn't. No, it was Hell in Cell 2020 or 2021. No, I don't exactly remember. It's like during the pandemic, like when they were still in the Superdome. I think it was 2021. Was it 2021? Whenever they had that match, it was still during the pandemic. Yeah, so it was 2020. But yeah, hear them having them conversations, and he says, I don't know if I was the only one that heard, but Jay calls Roman by his real name. Yeah, I actually did hear that. I did hear that a little bit. I thought that was interesting. I did hear that though. But yeah, we had the interaction between Jay and Jimmy, and like I said, this is kind of going to full circle with like at Hell in a Cell. They were Jay was like kind of doing this like same facial expression where he had his like hands over his face. He goes like, "What's going on?" He goes like, "What just happened?" And like I said, it's coming full circle here. And then Jimmy Uso gave Roman Reigns another super kick as well, and that kind of like just left Roman Reigns outside the ring then, and that left Solo Sikoa by himself. And then Kevin Owens hit the stunner on Solo, and then Sami Zayn hit the Helluva kick on Solo, and then the 1-2-3. Still, the undisputed tag team champions are Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And after the match, with Roman Reigns, him being shocked on like what happened, on his 1,000 day of holding, the undisputed WWE, Universal Championship, with him being so shocked on what happened. And then with Sami Zayn like showboating in the face of Roman Reigns, like let Roman Reigns sink in on what happened, and then Sami Zayn saying, "Hey, you're not getting these titles. These titles are mine. You're not getting them. You can't take them from us." These are mine. And I really enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. And then, kind of going back up to the top of the stage where, uh, Jey Uso was still shocked on what happened. And then Jimmy goes like, okay, we got to get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. We got to get out. I thought that was amazing how the show ended. But yeah, that was Night of Champions. That was Night of Champions for 2023. Overall, I thought it was a very enjoyable show. Was it the best PLE of the year? I wouldn't necessarily say so. Like, if I had to rate Night of Champions, I would definitely give it like maybe a 7.9 out of 10. I think that's how I rated it. Like, there's a few, like there's a one match that was kind of a little letdown for me. But other than that, I thought this was a really solid show. Like, WWE has been like really solid on all their pay-per-views this year, or premium live events, whatever you want to call them. They've been really solid this year. Like, Rumble was really solid. Chamber was great. Both nights of WrestleMania. I enjoyed Mania Night 1 better than I enjoyed Mania Night 2, but yeah, Mania Night 1 was really solid. And then Mania Night 2 was okay. And then we had a great Backlash pay-per-view. And right here, so WWE is really hitting all their marks. And we'll see how Money in the Bank does, and we'll see where they go with the rest of this, the crumbling of the bloodline, because we're seeing more of this happen now, and we'll see where they go with the world title picture, and we got Money in the Bank on the the horizon, so see who eventually wins Money in the Bank. But hey, it's gonna be a pretty good summer for. I think it's gonna be a fun summer for WWE. But yeah, like I said, that was my review of WWE Night of Champions. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, hit the like button. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And don't forget to share the video. Go down in the comments. Let me know what videos you guys want to see here on my channel, because I love listening to what your feedback, what you guys have to say. And also, like I said, subscribe. Hit the like button. Turn on the notification bell. I'm on the road to 600 subscribers, so let's get me to that 600 mark. I'm getting close to that mark there, so let's get me there. But this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys.